Hey guys, long time no talk. It has been a while since I made a vlog on this channel and I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys asking where I am and how I am and what's going on here in Canada with respect to the pandemic. So I wanted to come on here just to say hi, say that I'm totally okay, and kind of update you guys with what I've been up to, what the situation is like here in Canada. And I also have a little story time to tell you guys with respect to my first time out in public last week. So if you've been following my channel and you go back and look at my initial vlogs that I put out when the pandemic started in early March, you will know that I started working from home pretty much right away on March 9th. My office shut their doors and I've been here in my attic at my work from home station ever since. I work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5:30 every day, sometimes even later, and I'm very grateful to have a job, especially a job in which I can work from home. I live with a chronic condition, type 1 diabetes, so I'm being extra careful with exposure just because if I were to contract COVID, there could be some really serious complications. As the weather has been getting nicer, I've been meeting up with friends in parks, but we've been keeping a very safe distance. So I'm really not going out anywhere public. I did go out somewhere public last week though, but that is for later in this video. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been working, and I have to say I really do love working from home. I have a routine, an everyday routine that I do. I go for a walk before work, start work at 9, take my lunch around 12 to 1, I have an afternoon coffee around 3, I eat dinner, and then I do something in the evening. But it's such a nice schedule, and it's honestly helped with my blood sugar control so much just because there is such a routine. I have had a few days here and there where I've had really bad control due to hormones or eating something that didn't agree with me, but overall I've had pretty good control in isolation. Outside of work, I've been doing online ballet still. So my teacher does our classes over Zoom and I do them here in the attic because I have a little bar built in. I also do a little bit of yoga. That's about it. Other than meeting up with friends and family in parks and doing a couple backyard visits, I have not really come into contact with anyone at a close distance because like I said, I'm being really careful. So what's going on in Canada? It really depends on where you live in Canada. Each province and territory is so different because each province seemed to be hit differently by COVID-19. Ontario and Quebec in particular were hit pretty hard. I live in Toronto, Ontario. So in Ontario, we're doing different phases of reopening, phases 1 to 3. And right now, Toronto is in phase 1. So some stores are open, but only stores that face a street. So pretty much stores inside a shopping mall can't be open because they're too enclosed. So some stores are open, no restaurants are open, only for takeout. And then some medical places are open now. So I know my dentist just very recently opened. And by the way, as I'm filming this, it is June 17th. I thought I should say the date because I feel like things change so quickly. As of June 17th, Toronto's in phase 1. Most of Ontario though is in phase 2. And this is because Toronto has had a lot of cases and still has a lot of cases. So it's just a good idea to be safe. So in phase 2 for the rest of Ontario, I think restaurants are open, but only outdoor dining, so on patios. And then some other stores are open, like stores in malls. And like hair salons are also open, but of course distancing protocol has to be in place. We are also allowed to gather in groups of 10 people now, but we have to be distanced. So we can get together with a group, but it has to be like in a backyard and everyone has to be spaced out. And then you can also do these things called social bubbles where you only see so many people and you don't go outside your bubble. I'm not really doing it just because I don't feel safe doing that yet, but I am seeing people from a distance. Anyways, that's what's happening in Canada. That's what I'm up to. I'm still playing it safe here, but I want to know, what's it like in your country? Are you back at work? Are you still distancing? Are you being careful? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, and it's actually time to do my Dexcom site, so I thought I might as well just like start doing this while I'm chatting with you guys. So I'm gonna do inside of my arm this time. I've been doing the back of my hips lately, but I want to change it up, put it up here. All right, so time for a little bit of a story time. So like I said, haven't been going out really, haven't been in a public space except for 1 week ago today, June 10th, I went to the blood lab because I needed to get my A1C checked for my virtual endocrinologist appointment that's next week. So I needed to go, and they were like, don't worry, it's safe. Like, they make appointments, they have social distancing protocol in place, it'll be fine. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll make an appointment, I'll just go. I was super nervous, I wore a mask and everything, and it was just a very horrible experience. I think I just got unlucky because I posted my experience on Instagram, and a lot of people from the same city as me messaged me back saying that they did not experience that at all in Toronto. So I think it was just my blood lab. But anyways, I'm gonna insert a clip here. This is before I went to the blood lab. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday today, and I am supposed to go to the blood lab to do blood work this afternoon, and I'm definitely nervous about this because for the past 3.5 months I've been mainly sticking to my house, going out for walks in the neighborhood and going into a few local stores that are not crowded, but I have not yet been into a really public space like a blood lab. The thing I'm actually most nervous for is I'll have to give a urine sample because they test to make sure that my kidneys are working every so many months. That means I'll have to go into a bathroom. I don't know, I'm not even sure what the test center is gonna be like, to be honest. I haven't been to the outside world for a very long time, so. All right, so then I got back and I was pretty scarred, so I went to Instagram and I posted this story here. Hey guys, I just wanted to put out a little PSA for those of my type 1s in Toronto. I just got my blood work done this afternoon, and I haven't been really going out because I've been self-isolating from the outside world due to COVID. This was my first time out in the public, so I was really nervous about it, but I had to go get my blood work done because my endo's office was kind of pushing for me to get it done before my next appointment. So I made an appointment at the blood lab. I went there and they were super overwhelmed, just like I would say 3 times the capacity of patients than they would normally have. And given the fact that there is a pandemic, that's just like too much for them to handle because they can only let so many people in the lab at a time. It was honestly, excuse my language, but a complete show there, and it was really uncomfortable. It was not the staff's fault at all. They were just extremely understaffed because apparently some of the blood labs in Toronto have closed down due to COVID, so the ones that are open are just crazy busy right now. So to make a long story short, it just was not a pleasant experience. I went into the cubicle, I waited for almost an hour to get my blood drawn, even though I'd booked an appointment. It was really dirty and unkept because the staff just couldn't keep up. Like, the bathroom had urine all over the floor, no toilet paper. I had a used alcohol swab with blood on it in my cubicle where I was getting my blood work done. Just not good. So if you are in Toronto and you are going to get your blood work done, I really suggest doing some research and asking around to see if you can find any blood labs that you know aren't overwhelmed right now, because clearly the one I went to was just extremely overwhelmed with people. And yes, I am going to be writing a letter to this lab, just letting them know what I experienced and urging them to hire more people or to staff their lab better, because I felt so bad for the people working there. So as you can see, it was pretty traumatic, and I'm not really looking forward to going out into public next. My next venture will be next week, going to the dentist. I've been reassured that they are being extra careful at the dentist, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm still pretty nervous because there are still a lot of cases in my city. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to secure this with a skin grip. These are currently my favorite tapes. I've been really liking these. There. I also will have a link to these tapes down below where you can get 10% off. Okay, and that is it for my little update. I hope that you're all doing well, and I do have some videos planned to come out in the near future, so stay tuned. And yeah, see you guys next time.